Dear students, now we are going to see the course Signals and System. Under this, the topic is Properties of Fourier Transform. Properties of Fourier Transform. On completion of the course topic for Properties of Fourier Transform, the students can able to apply the properties of Fourier Transform on continuous time signals. First property is linearity property. A x1 of t plus b x2 of t gives a x1 of j omega plus b x2 of j omega. So Fourier transform of a x1 of t plus b x2 of t is integral minus infinity to infinity a x1 of t plus b x2 of t within bracket into e power minus j omega t into dt. Multiply e power minus j omega t within the bracket. So a integral minus infinity to infinity x1 of t e power minus j omega t into dt plus b integral minus infinity to infinity x2 of t e power minus j omega t into dt, that is equal to a x1 of omega plus b x2 of j omega. Time scaling in x of at gives 1 by a x of j omega by a. Fourier transform of x of at is integral minus infinity to infinity x of at e power minus j omega t dt. Substitute using substitution method. Assume at equal to tau, t is equal to tau by a, dt equal to 1 by a d tau. If the t limit is from minus infinity to plus infinity, the tau limit is also changes from minus infinity to plus infinity. Substitute this substitution. So integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau exponential of minus j omega by a into tau 1 by a into d tau. 1 by a is constant, so you keep 1 by a outside. X of tau exponential of minus j omega by a into tau into d tau. Here omega is replaced by omega a, so it is equal to 1 by a x of j omega by a. Time shifting property x of t minus t naught is e power minus j omega t naught x of j omega. Proof Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught is integral minus infinity to infinity x of t minus t naught e power minus j omega t into dt. Here also we use a substitution. Tau is equal to t minus t naught. So t is equal to tau plus t naught. Dt is equal to d tau. T is minus infinity to infinity and tau is also varies from minus infinity to plus infinity. Substitute this substitution in the Fourier transform of x of t minus t naught, that is integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau e power minus j omega tau plus t naught into d tau, that is equal to e power minus j omega t naught is constant, integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau e power minus j omega tau into d tau, that is equal to e power minus j omega t naught into x of j omega. Frequency shifting property e power alpha t x of t is equal to x of j of omega minus alpha. So Fourier transform of e power j alpha t x of t equal to integral minus infinity to infinity e power j alpha t x of t e power minus j omega t into dt. Combine both the exponential term integral minus infinity to infinity x of t e power minus j omega minus alpha into t into dt, that is equal to x of j into omega minus alpha. Time reversal property x of minus t Fourier transform gives x of minus j